Okay, are we hello? What the fuck? What the fuck? Yo, it got unplugged. I've never had that happen before. Wow, incredible. Okay, well, anyways. Ah, dude, anyways, I was saying, bro, I'm like fucking I don't even know how to describe the mood that I'm in. Like it's like not quite sad or depressed or anything. It's like a mix of just a form of exhaustion that can only be explained by a lack of being able to do things that I care about. What do I mean by that? Well, okay. We're going to get into a little rant here. I love this song, by the way. I know it doesn't fit the vibe, but I love this song, so I'm going to let it play. So, the past few days, I've been working some overtime, not a crazy amount, and I think this is also partially why I'm so upset, because I'm upset at myself for being bothered so badly by this. Because I'm doing just little bits of overtime. It's not even that much. I know people do like 80-hour work shifts just to make ends meet and shit, and I know I'm like super blessed for my position. I get it. I get it. But happiness is a funny thing that doesn't give a shit about your circumstance. It doesn't matter how well off you are. If you're not doing something that you genuinely care about, it literally doesn't matter how much food you have on your table, how much comfort you have in your home, how many privileges you have over other people. It doesn't matter. Happiness doesn't care about that. And so I'm in this weird spot in my life where I'm not too far into my career, but I've made some headway. I'm 6 months away from getting my journeyman license as an electrician. And every time I think about getting that license, I just think, man, I could not be bothered to care. For most people, they'd be either really nervous, maybe some anxiety, like excited maybe. Dude, I've made it 4 years in this trade, and now I can go and test for my journeymans. I don't like this song. I'm actually gonna have the previous one loop. I know. I know. We're gonna loop songs on stream. I know. Calm down. But I like the vibes, so anyways. So, what was I saying? Right. Um a lot of people would do a lot of things to get into the position that I am in. And that's partially why I feel like I can't just rest or like, you know, coast by. Cuz let's to be frank, uh I like being an electrician because in a certain way you can kind of fluff it up to make it seem better in a way that okay, for instance, I can tell myself, I'm building something, right? I'm using my hands to actually make physical change in the world. And that's all fine and dandy. I get to turn the lights on. That's one of the whenever you go to turn the lights on at the end of the day or at the end of the job, it really is a beautiful thing. And it's really cool. And that's probably why I think electrician is the best trade, simply because of that. You get to see the lights come on, and you get to know that those lights are only on because of your own hands. And that's really cool. However, when the jobs that you work on are so meaningless. They're just little consumer stores, fucking shoe palace, bullshit, cheap, and just miserable. Right now, I'm working on a Lululemon. A little better than a shoe palace, but it's still, I can't reason in my head that it matters. Like, I'm not building a cutting edge facility. Not that I'd even want to, bro. Oh, thanks, bro. What? What'd I do? What, do you work at Lululemon? Like, bro, what are we talking about? Oh, shit. Um, anyways, like, I'm not working on a cutting edge project. I work in a consumer store. Look, I mean, it's a job, but to build a consumer store and to say that, oh, I'm making I'm building something with my hands. I'm putting physical work into to my society. I'm providing, like, dude, I can't sit back and be satisfied. I have so many plans, so many grand designs of so many things I want to do. None of it is cheap. None of it is easy. And a lot of people will look at me and say, that is the most over-engineered, over-complicated plans I've ever heard in my life, and you're never going to fucking succeed in that. You're never going to find anybody who's going to want to do that. But I'd argue the complete opposite. I think there are people in this world that would love nothing more than to have someone come along and completely flip every single thing on its head. Just because I can. It won't be the most profitable at all. At first. But it'll make me happy to be able to build to my standard, the melon standard. That is something that you will hear a lot in the future, assuming that I get to where I want to be in life. Anything from the custom cars that I want to have to my custom mansion that I dream of building myself to the corporate compound that features the one and only monolith that represents my entire philosophy as a human being. A defiant structure to all that doubt me. Everything I do, I want to do with purpose. And so when I look at what I'm doing now, does it have a purpose? Yes. It is a good baseline to have a journeyman license. But it's so small compared to what I want to do, and it's so limiting to me that I just can't really get behind it. And what I really want to focus on is content. I wish I had more time. And then I do some overtime. I get a little tired. And then I don't stream. I'm actively sabotaging my own projects for this little tiny company that isn't all that bad, but is certainly just it's just a stepping stone. And so I'm sacrificing a lot of time. That's the reason I hate doing overtime. It's not because I hate money. It's just I'd rather give that time to myself, to working and planning on what I want to do. I don't even know if anything I'm saying right now makes any sense. I'm kind of really tired. And it's not physically. I'm not tired physically. I'm not, it's not because I was working so hard and oh my God, it's a different kind of exhaustion. And I think I tried to explain it earlier, and I said it could only be explained by living a life that you simply don't enjoy. Being an electrician's cool. It is the best trade, in my opinion, simply because of the feeling when you get to turn on the lights. But I'm just not happy doing it. Just not. There was a time when I thought this would be my lifelong career because I didn't know what I was going to do coming out of high school. And it was just kind of handed to me. Oh, there's a career center. Go do it. Okay. Don't get me wrong. I love the career center because it helped me pass high school. Because I cared so little about high school that if I hadn't done the career center, I probably wouldn't have made it out. I would have had to like drop out or something. Not because I'm stupid, although some might try and argue that, but because I didn't care. I did not find it useful to my endeavors, especially because at the time I had no plans. But even now, if I went back, I'd probably do the same thing. Except this time I'd actually be doing something in the classroom. It still wouldn't be the schoolwork, but it would be planning. I'd still fail just as much because I'd spend the entire time planning what I've been planning now. I always tell myself I started streaming 1 year too late. Because I'm at this point where I know that I can succeed in streaming. And so every day that I don't stream due to this weight of this very specific mental exhaustion, it just drives me insane. And it's a feedback loop. Every stream that I miss is a potential to miss another one because of how upset that I get. And the thing with streaming is if I'm upset, the viewer will know. You can't hide it. Especially me. If I'm upset, I'm very quiet. I don't really talk. And my energy is extremely low. And so something that I'm doing at this very moment right now, ranting and talking about it, I think it's something that I'm going to try to do more often, even on days where I absolutely don't want to stream. I'm just going to come on here and rant for a little bit, even if it's only like 30 minutes to an hour. Because it'll make me feel better for knowing that I did put in a stream. And also, it's not the most entertaining content, but it shows people who I am, so that maybe, just maybe, they might trust me a little more. Maybe they'll stick around for more of me instead of whatever silly, stupid games that I might be playing. Because that's really the dream right there, to do content for myself instead of, I mean, like, yeah, playing games would be fun, but I've always said this content is going to be pretty much my advertising campaign for everything that I'm going to do in life. I'm going to build wonders. I'm going to conquer every single industry that I can to flip it on its head. I'm not going to be a monopoly or anything, but I'm going to do it my way. And my way is absolute quality. I mean, that's just absolute quality. My standards. For example, the house me and Miss Mellon were designing in our heads. I love this music. It's so good. I have it on loop because I don't know. Linebeck's theme from Legend of Zelda, by the way. Very good song. Anyways, the house, the mansion, whatever that me and Miss Mellon were designing for our very far future. When I'm talking high quality, man, like it's not gonna be. Most people would build their house to how they want it to look like, but with the cheapest materials they can source without the house falling down, because you know they want to save as much money as possible but still achieve their dream, whatever, so on and so forth. I don't care. I'm not cutting any corners. I will either save up $40 million for the house, or I'm not building it. If I can't get every single aspect of the house that I want, I'm just not going to build it at all. I have a very all or nothing mindset, which is exactly what it translates to um my streaming. Like, if I can't come on to stream and give something to you guys, I just don't do it. Even though in a lot of situations it would be better to just do something instead of nothing. If I'm like, dude, I can't give 100%, bro, even like 80%, I'm just like, nah, meh, I don't want to stream. Even though sometimes I do have some energy to stream, I'll just sit there and go, nah, because I wouldn't be able to give 100%, and I am absolutely an all or nothing. I mean, dude, there's so much things I want to do. I could talk about it for. I have like a fleet of vehicles that I want to custom fabricate. Like, I'll always talk about my Supra, man. I really want a Supra, and when I get that thing, I'm gonna chop that thing up and turn it into a freaking masterpiece. Same thing with my little RAV4 that I drive every day. I'm gonna take that, turn it into the ultimate sleeper. Um, I mean, dude, I don't know. My house is gonna have so many cool things. My headquarters for Blue Melon Corp is gonna be so cool. I can just see it in my head. I have all these visions in my head of things I'm gonna do. And then I look at my surroundings when I'm at work. That's really where it hits the hardest. When I'm sitting in when I'm sitting in my car that's not custom and it's hot outside. I'm fucking sweating my ass off inside my car, looking out at this completely useless job site of some dumbass Lululemon, bro. Like, oh yeah, I really care about this place. Like, I just look around at where I'm at right now and the gap between that and where I want to be, and it's so vast. And I do that on purpose. There's little things I'm gonna do along the way to bridge that gap, but it's just like, dude, where I'm at now and where I want to be is so ridiculously far apart. And sometimes it's a little overwhelming, and I have to keep telling myself that I just need little things. I'm just kind of like rambling random shit. Supposedly you say you understand what I'm saying, but I don't even think I'd understand what I'm saying if I listened this back. Uh I don't know, man. Long story short, dude, I'm just not happy with what I'm doing. Like, if I could quit my fucking job right fucking now and just go full-time content, I absolutely 100%. 100%. I would go all in, dude. 100%. I'd secure the content empire. Once that's done, I'd make my freaking energy drink that was once a joke, but now I'm actually serious about it. I will I will make my own energy drink just for the fun of it. Um, start doing that, dude. If I get serious capital from this, then I'd put it into schooling for myself, schooling that I actually care about. I'd put it into finally customizing my little RAV4, because that would make my heart happy. To be able to sit down in my custom interior would be gamer subs. Dude, dude. Yes. Okay. I think we could do multiple things. We could do multiple things. The kind of energy drink that I want can easily be split into different things. I'd have two types. I'd have the drink, the standard can, right? But the type of energy drink that I want to make is not one with caffeine. It's something that literally makes like ATP production and delivery and everything in the body super fucking efficient. So like you literally like your body's literally supercharged. And so you literally will just like feel stronger and your body will be energized. And then I'm also going to mix in some of this what is it called? Cognizant or something. It's the same stuff that's in the bum energy that I drink. It like literally like locks you in and makes you focused. You put some of that in there with a lot of ATP enhancement stuff, and bro, you're gonna be like balling without caffeine, without the caffeine crash, all that shit, and you'll still be able to sleep at night. And it will probably also help people with ADHD because I know caffeine doesn't affect those people. I don't know if I have ADHD, I might, but I just know caffeine doesn't affect me at all. In fact, sometimes it makes me tired. So that's probably a pretty good example for that. But anyways, but yeah, dude, like it's not gonna be a normal energy drink. I'm gonna do everything different, bro. Like I know a lot of people will joke, "Oh, I'm different, bro." Like I'm actually just different. Like most people would be like, "Oh man, there's a reason, nobody's done this, bro. I'm just gonna do it the same old way everybody else did." No, bro, I don't even care. I don't even care. Fuck you. I don't even care. It might take me twice as long to get to where someone else would do it in half the time because, they did it the same as everybody else. I'm not doing that. I'm not cutting corners. I'm just not. If I'm gonna make an energy drink, it's gonna be to my standard. It's gonna fucking work. It's not gonna cheat and use a giant caffeine bomb. It's not gonna work for everybody. And then I could also have a powder form where you throw in some creatine in there too. Bucket, people can put it in like water and shake it up and drink it real fast before a gym sesh or whatever. Maybe even have a version of it that's like a fast acting pre-workout or whatever. I don't know. Like I don't want to be like a full out supplement brand, but bucket, like just do whatever. Essentially, essentially, bro, everything I'm gonna do is stuff that I want for myself, but I'm gonna make it so that everybody can also benefit from it. Like I want quality and affordable homes, right? So I'm gonna build my own, but then I'm gonna use that same standard to build other buildings and shit. You know what I mean? Like, and then sell that. I want really nice quality cars that don't cost your freaking liver. And so I'm going to custom make my own cars. And then once I get that down, then I'll start an auto business once I know how cars work. Right? I'm not going to just jump into these industries without knowing anything. Like I'm going to mess around with it. I'm going to build my own house before I start building other people's houses so that I know the process. I'm going to custom make my cars before I start making cars for other people. I'm going to test the energy drink on myself to see if it actually works before I sell it. Like, same thing, even something as simple as merch, bro. Like, I'm going to wear my own merch, bro. If I can't rep my own shit, then why the hell would I sell it to someone? You know? It's got to be comfy. It's got to be good. Dude, I'm going to have my own clothing brand, bro. Holy shit. That shit's going to look so fire. Dude, I have visions in my head for everything that I want to do, man, and everything is just like ridiculously high quality and everything. And I know this is probably something a lot of people say, "Oh, dude, I want to make high quality." And then they finally get to the point where they can make it, and then it's just like the same shit that everybody else makes and you're just like, "Bro, like all you did was slap another fucking brand label on it and call it a day." Like, no, fuck no, bro. I'm going to have actual professionals make my shit. It's going to be expensive as hell. Don't get me wrong, it'll be hella fucking expensive and not everybody can afford it, but like I don't know, bro. When it comes to clothing, dude, I want custom shit. Now on the car side, like on the housing and the car side, that I don't care how long it takes. I'm gonna make it so that it's quality and affordable. But as far as clothing goes, it would be luxury clothing, like 100%. Like if you bro, just do what I do right now. Right now, I just go on Amazon and I buy a pack of black shirts for like $10. Like what I wear now is not even, and I would recommend you all do the same thing. Dude, just go on freaking Amazon and buy like $10 worth of shirts and call it a day, man. Like, holy shit. Y'all do not need to be spending money on luxury shit right now. But y'all can buy mine later. Y'all can buy mine later because it'll be cool and it won't actually, it won't tear or be crap or whatever. Like it'll be expensive because it's expensive material, not because it's a brand. I think that's stupid. I think it is so fucking stupid when people up the price simply because of the brand name. I hate that shit. Like, bro, figure out your cost. Okay, figure out your development cost. Okay, but do they give you shirts for free? I think that's a little different, man. Like, that's a little different, man. Um, nope. Okay, well then you can just give them a middle finger and say, if you want me to wear your shirt, give me a fucking shirt. That's what I would do. You kidding me? Like, brother, I'm not gonna buy your shirt if you're gonna force me to wear it. Fuck you. You want me to wear a shirt, I'm gonna walk into the store that I'm working at, pick one up off the shelf, throw it on for the day. At the end of the day, I'm gonna take it off and put it back on the shelf. Like, that's the kind of shit that I would do. They'd fucking hate me, but it's like, dude, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck, bro. Like, no. I guarantee you I don't know anything from any store. Like, if I were to work at a store, bro, I'd walk in with a black shirt and be like, oh, you gotta wear one of our stuff. Okay. Where's it at? Give it to me. Oh, you have to go buy one. Fuck you. Nah, fuck you. Nah, I'll go get one off the shelf if you want, but I'm not buying one. Fuck you. Like, nah. Yeah, dude. I want to have my own construction, my own automotive, my own clothing, energy drinks. Dude, I literally just designed what my corporate compound is gonna look like, dude. Oh my god, it's gonna look so freaking cool, dude. Just imagine you have like, I mean, the land, the compound would be huge, right? Freaking massive. Anyways, boom, you got a ring of trees around this really large space. Okay. You got a ring of trees in a circle. Inside is a lot of like kind of flat grass, very short shrubbery, lots of flowers. And then in the very middle, there's a freaking monolith. Just like a really tall tower. And it's like very sharp angles, like very sharp rectangular angles going up, and it's just like a super thin monolithic tower where like all the um logistics people, like HR, all the people that run the company would be in there. And then boom, below that, I'm gonna have my own, and now this is where I'll lose some people, but just let me finish, okay? This is where I'll lose some people. You'll start freaking out, but let me finish. Below that, I'm gonna have my own dedicated uh algorithm that basically just mirrors me. So like I over time, in fact, I'm going to start training it soon, like probably within the next couple months. I'm going to self-host it on my PC and start training it. And so it'll literally grow up with me as I build the empire. Yes, it is an AI. I know the scary word, scary word. Calm down. Hold on, let me finish. Hold on. I know it's an AI. Calm down. But anyways, I start training it now. And so over time, I'd be able to give it, upgraded servers and whatever, so it can like slowly grow and whatever as I train it. And it would literally act as like it wouldn't take anybody's job. Let me be clear. It's not going to take anybody's job. Like, we're still going to need HR people. We're still going to need, office people, crunch numbers and management and all that kind of stuff. And everybody on the ground, all the boots on the ground. Like, it's not going to take any jobs. It's not going to solve the problems themselves. Literally, the whole point of this algorithm is to crunch all the numbers, figure out where there might be an issue, bring that issue to an actual human person, and then the person will decide if it is a real issue, needs to be fixed or not. Like, literally, the whole point of this algorithm is simply to find inefficiencies, bring it to the attention of people, and if people go, okay, well, yeah, that might be an inefficiency, but that's just like the cost, like that's just the human cost, and we tell this algorithm that and be like, oh, okay, and just leave it be, because in certain circumstances, yes, you're gonna have inefficiencies, but that's just human nature, right? So, but then there might be something where it's like, oh, it catches a weird increase in cost over here that isn't normal, and then brings it to the attention of a management person, and they go, oh shoot, that's actually big, bro. We needed to know that, and it catches it right away, so you can catch you know parasitic draws on the financials of the company. Anyways, basically, it would just be a tool for me to run because here's the thing, it's a complete necessity, and I'll say why. The corporate empire that I'm planning with all these different branches and dipping my little fingers into every single industry to make it into my standard of quality and um, not only quality but fairness for people working for me. As someone in the field, I know exactly what it's like to be caught in this weird little area where it's like, first of all, hourly pay sucks. It punishes good workers. Period. If you're getting paid hourly, you are literally incentivized to work slow. Salary kind of does like the opposite, I think. Hold on, let me think about this. Not really. No, it doesn't do the opposite. It's kind of the same thing. If you're getting paid salary, it's like, okay, well now you're just your company's almost certainly going to overwork you to try and pinch every little bit of work out of you. Dude, that's not my whole thing. That's not my cup of tea, man. I want to set a baseline. Here's how I'm going to set this baseline. Every single position in my company is going to have a set baseline of how much needs to be made by the person in that position to sustain their position. It's not like okay, well, I'm the company and I want you to do this much work and make me this much. No. We look at the position. How much does it cost to even sustain? For example, you're a delivery driver, okay? You need to make, a certain amount of deliveries with a certain amount of goods on board or whatever in order to offset the cost of the labor, right? But you also need a little bit for margin so that you have growing room. So you calculate what is the absolute minimum that a person in this position needs to make in order to sustain themselves, as well as a little bit off the top to help the company grow. You calculate that, and that's the baseline. And now that you know the baseline, you can take that and set like a daily, or like basically almost like a task list. Okay, you need to get this done in this amount of time to like justify and sustain your position. And it's not like a why are you texting me? And I know that sound like on paper that sounds um that might sound like tyranny. But if you really think about it, what I'm trying to say is, if you're a delivery driver, um, in order to like, let's ignore corporate everything. I know, and everybody hates that word. Let's just ignore that for now. If you're a delivery driver, you need to make a certain amount to sustain yourself. You know, to pay for the truck, the gas, your time, because you need to be paid for your time, right? So you account for all the cost in order to run that particular job. And then, of course, you need to configure for a little bit off the top. So you're not just breaking even every time. Because if you're breaking even, especially in a solo position, like let's say you're a solo driver, like you work for yourself, you have all the expenses of maintaining that job. You need your salary, your hourly, or whatever it is that you're getting paid. You need your pay in order to afford your own life stuff. You need to be able to afford the truck and any repairs on it, any maintenance, the gas, um, and all that kind of stuff. And the deliveries that you make need to offset all of that plus a little bit so that you're not just breaking even. And so you take that, you set that as your baseline, and that's what you pay people. Or that's not what you pay people, that's like that is the minimum standard of work, right? It's a very low baseline. It is literally the minimum amount to sustain the job title itself. Period. If you hit that baseline, nobody's going to be making that much money. I mean, like you as the driver, you'll still be getting your pay. Like you'll be getting your baseline salary or whatever it is that uh you need. All right, so as the driver, you'll still be fine. Um I mean, you won't be getting rich or anything, but you'll be fine. But this baseline is literally like you can do the bare minimum and still be okay as long as you hit these metrics. And so this algorithm can do all of this computing, see how much does each position cost to maintain itself, add a little bit like a 5% on top of that for growth, set that as the baseline, configure that baseline into a series of simple tasks that humans can follow without, getting burned out, and that's the pace. That's the pace that it's set. And what you can do is you break that up into daily tasks. Obviously, it's going to be different um for every job. Like you can't just have daily tasks for every job. Some jobs, eh, let's continue with the delivery driver. Like some of these guys are going to be driving across the freaking country. They can't do a simple task in one day. They're going to be driving for 16 hours. So like obviously those guys would be configured differently. But then take a standard office person who's, making spreadsheets or whatever and organizing people, or like a coding guy, you need to code a certain or like how would I put this? Let's see. Code a specific, part of whatever by the end of the day. It wouldn't be anything crazy. It would just be like I said, it's the baseline. Baseline. And so you need to complete a certain amount of this. And once you do, and here's the best part. This is actually where it gets good. You have these simple tasks broken up daily, right? And if you hit these metrics, you will maintain your baseline, you will pay for your own position, and you will never have to worry. You can do the minimum, bare minimum for your entire career, and you'll be perfectly fine. You'll make your money, and the company will get its little tiny 5% on top for growth and whatever. But That's not important. But if you're someone who wants to actually put in the work and climb the ladder and do all that fun, jazzy stuff, you could finish your daily task, which all daily tasks will be configured for like, okay, this task should take roughly about 8 hours of like normal paced human attention, right? Boom. And for some people, that'll be super fucking easy, man. Like some people will do that in 2 hours. But this is where it gets good. The person who gets their daily task done in 2 hours has a choice. They could just go home for the day. They'd get paid for the 8. That's right. In my company, you'd get paid for your full day because you completed your daily task. Whatever it is that needed to be done in order to sustain your job financially, you've done it. And you did it in 2 hours. Awesome. You could decide to go home if you wanted to. You've done what you needed to do. Or, now that you've completed your mission for the day, the bounty list is what I call it. The bounty board opens up to you. It's locked until you're done with your regular stuff for the day. But if you complete your regular stuff for the day early, the bounty board opens up. What is the bounty board? The bounty board is two different things. One, it is the series of tasks that were laid out for your future days. And so if you wanted, you could do tomorrow's work today. Boom. You do that, and guess what? You get paid a bounty. What does that mean? Well, you get paid tomorrow's wage today because you did tomorrow's work today. And so you can literally do that work early and get paid for it. So it's like if you did 2 days worth of work in one day, you get 2 days worth of pay in one day. And you could still clock in the next day and do the same thing again. Right? That chain of tasks never ends. You can do as many, bro, you could do like 4 days worth of stuff in one day. Go home with 4 days worth of pay and then come back the next day and just chill. You know, oh, I'll just do one day today. Whatever. It's not going to be the stupid ratchet problem, the corporate ratchet problem where you work really hard and they go, "Oh, dude, you're such a good worker. Here's more work and no more pay." Like, okay, fuck you, bro. I'm just not going to work anymore. No, like this actually incentivizes you. Like, this allows you to actually work hard and get paid for it. And not only that, but there's a secondary bounty board where this algorithm has searched all the numbers and gone through all the logbooks of the whole freaking company, the whole corporation. And it's found some potential issues, right? And it finds these potential issues and it puts it on a board in terms of priority. If it finds something that's bleeding $10,000 a day, it's going to put it way high on the priority. Okay? If it finds inefficiencies, it's going to put it on the board. And so, if you finish your day's work and the bounty board unlocks, you can either choose to do tomorrow's and the next day's work, or you can look at the other bounty board and go, there's this potential inefficiency that maybe I can solve. Maybe I can solve that. Especially if you're like a coder, like a dedicated coding person that just writes code all day. You might be able to write some kind of code that saves, a couple hours a day of some, like a lot of people's time or something. And so over time, that could save thousands and thousands of dollars for the company. And this is where the bounty board gets really cool, because as the person who solved the problem, you get two options. One, you can take a lump sum of the calculated, and this is where the algorithm is really cool and helpful. The algorithm will calculate the potential savings that this will have on the company for the next year. It'll calculate that. And based off of that, you'll get like, a large percentage of those savings for that year. You can choose to take it all in one lump sum. So like, for instance, if you fix a if you fix some kind of inefficiency that might cost the company, a corporation of this size that I'm thinking of, something as simple, super simple, could cost the corporation, $1 million a year. And you find this inefficiency and you solve it. And, your management signs off on it. Cool. Yeah, that's actually a good solution. Boom, it works. And the algorithm will take the solution into account, run the numbers and see, will it work? Boom. Okay, yeah, dude, that works. You solved it. Cool. You solved a problem that just saved the company $1 million projected in the next year. And so you get an option. You can take a 30%, and this is where it gets insane. You can take a 30% cut of that projected yearly savings, which is $300,000. Boom, put that in your pocket. Or you can choose like I think what I had initially thought of was like a 3 to 5% paid monthly forever of like how much you're saving this company. And how that works is, so you make this fix, you're immediately the company is now saving money. And so every month the taskmaster calculates how much money that fix saved. And it pays you, 3 to 5% of that money saved. But it does this forever. Literally forever. As long as the company is still standing, it's paying you for that fix. Now, that's a bit more of a gamble, because if the fix that you have, decays over time, you'll get less and less over time. But if the fix that you made as the company scales actually saves even more money, over time, you'll actually be getting paid more. Like an investment into your own work. Or if it's just a stable saving, whatever, it doesn't matter how big the company gets. If it's just like a stable fix that just affected like one little aspect of it, and it still, saves $1 million a year, you'd get, 5% of that every year, but forever. So even after you quit or you retire or whatever it is that you do, you will still be getting paid that, because your fix is still actively saving that much money year round. And so you can choose for a lump sum, 30% right off the bat, boom, call it a day. Or you can choose the 5% route forever. And if you get enough, and what's cool about this is you can do this as many times as you want. You complete one bounty, you pick the 5%. Okay. You've literally just increased your yearly salary, essentially. This is passive money. You literally don't have to do anything now. If you actually did fix a problem that saves a company $1 million a year, and you chose the 5% route, I'm actually stupid. What is that, like $50,000 a year? That's $50,000 a year, right? 5% of $1 million. I think that's 50,000, right? That's $50,000 a year. You fixed one problem, and you just increased your yearly earnings by 50,000. You could literally just you could quit right there. You could quit right there and for the rest of your life, you'd be making 50K a year for doing literally nothing, just for fixing one problem. Like, that's insane. And what's awesome about it is that 50K a year is nothing to the company. Because think about it, that's only 5%. You fix one problem, boom, now you're making 50K a year, and it doesn't hurt the company at all. Like, the company will gladly pay you that $50,000 a year forever because of the problem that you fixed. So it's like, now, not every problem is going to do that. A lot of the little issues might only save, a couple hundred here and there or whatever. Like, most of the time, the problems aren't going to be that grand. But every once in a while, dude, there might be some kind of inefficiency or some kind of thing that's caught by the algorithm, and it's going, holy shit, this is, costing the company a lot of money. You and a couple guys, you could split it between you and like a little team of your, buddies at the office or whatever. Come together, fix the problem, and then you all split the reward. And if it's a big enough problem, even then, even though you're splitting the 5% between all of you, it's like, it's still so much money, especially with a corporation that big. Like, people don't realize how much a corporation might spend on something you think is so simple. Something so simple. A corporation that big is going to be spending millions on it. And so even a simple problem might save, like I said, $1 million a year for a company that big. And so if you're just one guy, oh, there's a problem here. How would you fix it? Oh, yeah, here's my solution. Okay, so you just saved the company $1 million and now you can retire. Like it's that easy, But you actually have to solve the problem. If you solve the problem, you've absolutely earned that. 100%. Um Again, it is a gamble though, because if over time your solution decays or it just becomes irrelevant, obviously that pay will fall off. Or like I said, it could be the reverse. It becomes even more valuable down the line. It's a gamble. So it's like you can choose to take the lump sum or you can choose to do the long term. It's completely up to you. But yeah, you can do that for anything. And that's like the pay system that I want. I want it to be reasonable for human output, like a healthy, reasonable uh, load for any human to reasonably accomplish on a daily basis. Something to just maintain their own position plus some. Um, so whatever. And then on top of that, you can accelerate your work, you can do bounties, you can do whatever, you can make a ridiculous amount of money. And that's how I want it to be for every single person in the company. And that's just like the pay system. And that's just one little aspect of the corporation that I want to have. That's just the pay system. And a lot of people might tell me that, oh, that wouldn't work. Well, why not? Why wouldn't it work? Because all the companies you've worked for have told you it wouldn't? Are you really going to believe those guys? You think you think they're being honest with you? I mean, it's just math. It's just math. If a fix that you provide saves a company $1 million a year and they give you 5%, that's 50K. They're still making 950, but you're getting 50. Like, it doesn't hurt the company, and they will gladly pay you that 5% with what you just saved them. Like, that seems like a shit ton, because it is. But if you work at a corporation that big, and you provide a solution to a problem that costs them that much money, like, you don't realize 50K is literally not even a drop in the bucket for some of these corporations. People are solving problems every single day for companies that save like hundreds of millions down the line. Maybe not immediately, but like there are people today that are solving problems in companies like Google and Apple and Microsoft. They're just like random little DevOps that are solving code and solving problems that are literally saving these companies tens of millions of dollars annually, and they never even know. Like the workers, they never even know what they're doing. Okay, they know what they're doing, but they don't they don't know behind the scenes what that change has caused. Like they know it's good, they know they fixed a problem, but no one's ever going to tell them, "Oh yeah, that little problem that you fixed, yeah, that saves us like $100 million a year." And we're giving you absolutely none of it. In fact, we're just making you work even harder for the same amount of pay. Like, like they don't care. And so in my system, if you make a change like that, I'm gonna give you something, bro. I'm gonna give you an option. You can either take 30% or 5% forever. Like it's your option. You can take the lump sum for the yearly projected savings, or you can get 5% of what actually is saved forever. You make one change, and boom, you could be making 50K a year for doing nothing. Like you could do nothing for the rest of your life and still make 50K. And it's so possible. It's so realistic too. It sounds crazy because of how much we've been fucking screwed by big corporations, but it's absolutely 100% possible. Not only that, it's like completely like doable, and it should be. It should be like the standard, which is why I'm going to call it the melon standard and do everything my way, because I think the way people do things, corporations, I think is stupid. It's inefficient. It's unincentivizing. It's self-destructing, and it's just like you're fueling a runaway locomotive as it's gonna go off the freaking cliff. Like we're all gonna screw ourselves in the future if no one does anything about it. Wow, what a tangent, bro. I've been talking about fucking finances for the past 30 minutes. I just hit an hour on my stream. I've been talking about finances for half the time. What the fuck? Um, hey man, if that doesn't tell you how freaking passionate I am about the shit that I want to do and the changes I want to make, then I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. There is so much shit that I want to do, man. The world is not all that bad, but it still sucks, and it could be so much better. It could be so much better if people only cared. If people only cared. Human flaw, human greed is a nasty thing. I'm not one that's outside of it. I'm a human being, of course. There are days where I'm sure I show elements of greed. I mean, it's just human nature, man. But I'm someone who, when I notice that I've done that, I'll stop and be like, why? Why did I do that? I'm gonna reflect on that now. I don't like that I did that. I hate greed. I hate being I hate feeling like my biology is running me. I don't like that. I don't know. I hope one day when I have a slight following that people will start to actually hear me. That people will understand that I mean everything I say. I'm not a perfect person by any means. I would never say that. Even in the future I would never say that. I'm flawed just like any other human being. Hell, I started this stream complaining about some of those flaws. Um but we can all use our flaws to make better changes I'm an all or nothing guy, like I said, which is both a flaw, but also something that can be utilized to make good. It can be the epitome of inaction, but it can also be the epitome of action, you know? If you look at someone who is all or nothing, there's two sides to that coin. There's all, and then there's nothing, right? I'm an all or nothing person. So I can either do it all, which would be good, or there are times where I could do nothing and screw myself. It's two sides. I can weaponize it for good, or I can let it eat me alive. And I'm really trying to do the former. Really trying to weaponize that in order to do everything that I can. I've been so tired mentally. Just like, as I said, man, what I'm doing right now, I'm just not happy. I'm just not happy. Like, legitimately, I would fucking quit my job right fucking now if I was making some, you know, somewhat sustainable amount from streaming. Just a small little tidbit. Bro, the moment I'm making enough to sustain myself, oh my god, I'm going full time, dude. I'm going full time. I don't even care if I'm making pennies, bro. Like, holy shit, man. The second I'm making even pennies, bro, like something where I can sustain myself. The same mentality that I had for all the jobs that are for people that are going to be working for me in the future. I need to make just enough to sustain my own position as a streamer. And the second I do that, man, holy fuck, I'm going all in. I'm going all in, man. There's just too much shit I want to do, man, and I cannot be wasting, 8, 10, 12 hours a day at this company, man. It's not a bad company by any means. I don't want to, throw shade or anything. They're not perfect, but they're not bad. I just don't want to be getting that kind of time to them. I got dreams, man. I got dreams. And I want to do them. I will stop at fucking nothing until I achieve it. I will have ups and downs. I will have days where I'm seemingly self-destructive in the sense where there's absolutely nothing stopping me from just hitting the start streaming button. And yet I sit here and go, nah, I don't feel like it. Like, dude, wow, you're actively sabotaging yourself. Just hit the button, man. Just hit the button. Because the thing is, dude, the second I hit that button, it's not so bad anymore. Like, bro, I could be straight up in a depressing mood. Oh my goodness. Bro, just hit the button. Just hit the button. Y'all need to tell me that too, bro. Y'all need to tell me that. Bro, those of you in the server, if you see me go into the streamer announcements and say some shit like, dude, just not feeling it. Like, unless I have an actual excuse like, oh yeah, bro, medical emergency, or, I'm literally not home. Literally not home. Like, unless it's that kind of shit. I'm like, I'm in the chat going, man, oh dude, I'm just not feeling it. Yeah, I'm betraying my schedule. Y'all need to like come up to me and be like, yo, what are you doing? Just hit the button, bro. That's all y'all gotta tell me. Cause I'm gonna get into my head, that's the thing, bro. I'm gonna get into my head. It's inevitable. However many times it happens, I don't know. Like I don't know how frequent it's gonna be. It's kind of random, but it's random, but it's inevitable. I'm going to have times where I'm in my head, or I'm overly analyzing of myself and overly critical of myself, and I'm just fighting in my own head and not wanting to stream. If I go into the chat, or hell, even if I'm not in the chat, if it's getting like late, like if it hits fucking 8 my time, which right now it's 11:30. If it hits like 8 my time and I'm still not live and it was something that that's on the schedule, fucking spam me, bro. Be like, dude, what are you doing? Just hit the button. Just hit the button. If I come back and say, I'm literally not home, okay, that's fair, right? Whatever. Apologies, I'm not home. But bro, just spam me, dude. Just hit me with the brother, just hit the button. What are you doing? Just hit the button. Because the second I hit that button, it's not so bad. Like I was absolutely dreading hitting that button tonight. I've already skipped 2 days that I planned. I planned to play Subnautica, and I planned to do Minecraft. Now, to be fair, me and Zamoku both weren't feeling it that day, so it was whatever. And okay, guys, when it comes to the Minecraft server, I know most of you don't care. Absolutely. Even though it's funny because that VOD on YouTube got the most views out of any other VOD. Because we weren't even playing the game. We were just being ridiculous. We were just being ridiculous. Uh, but that's one of my most viewed VODs on YouTube, actually. Anyway, that's besides the point. The Minecraft server, to me and Zamoku, is like it's getting hella boring. It's getting hella boring. I don't even know how the hell I'm gonna build that house, that building. Quite frankly, I don't even like the design. I don't even like the design. It's not mine. The platform's cool. We can build whatever the fuck we want on top of it, but the building itself, I'm not feeling it. I don't know. I think we should build something else on top of it using the same blocks, but just something else entirely. I don't know. I'm not feeling it. I'd have to design something. But the point is, dude, that server, me and him we just, I don't know. Like it's fun to fuck around and talk and shit, but that's really all it turns into. It just turns into um a parkour session while we're talking to each other. So until we get the fire in our souls for that, I think that's probably gonna be on hold. I'm not gonna set that in stone, but I have a slight suspicion that me and Zamoku probably aren't gonna touch that server for a while. Um. Anyways, that being said, I skipped 2 streams this week after planning them out on my schedule, and I apologized in the chat, and I'm sure all of you were super, super accommodating. I'm sure all of you cared so much. I'm sure absolutely none of you read it, but it is what it is. I'm gonna try and like keep people updated and shit. Forgot to post a clip yesterday, which kind of just threw me off. And I mean, it's a bunch of little fucking complainy shit that I'm sure none of you actually care about. But it's to be said, because I want y'all to know what goes on in my brain, so that you can understand what's going on when I miss a stream, and so that you guys can uh hold me accountable. Tell me, hey, hey man, just hit the button. Just hit the fucking button, dude. Just go live. Just go live. That's all you have to do, man. Like, let me open up my content planner, blast my freaking eyes, cause holy shit. Yeah, I missed a day on clips. We were supposed to play Mecha Chameleon today. I guess that's not happening. Izumoku is on. I don't know. I don't know what he's doing, but we're supposed to play Mecha Chameleon today, so that would be 3. Although I am technically streaming right now, so I didn't skip a stream. However, I'm not doing what I said I was going to do. So, that's fun. Anyways. Oh. Yeah. What else should I talk about? What else is on my brain? I mean, I've talked about pretty much everything I've been thinking about. I've spent the past few days designing my house, my cars, my empire, thinking of all the things I'm gonna do. I remember watching a video with Joe Bart, and he was complaining how so many ridiculously rich people just like hoard money and don't spend it. And all I could think of in that moment was, I'm gonna be the complete opposite. I'm not gonna have money sitting around. It's either gonna go right back into my projects or right back into my projects. Because everything is gonna be my project, whether it's my company or my personal housing and vehicles and whatever. Whatever it is, the money's going somewhere. Money's going somewhere. It's not just gonna sit. Holy shit. If I have fucking $40 million sitting around, I'm not gonna just like look at it and go, that's a nice number. No, I'm gonna go, what can I build with this? What can I build with this? Where can I put this money? And if it doesn't go right back into my company, it's gonna go into some ridiculous fucking project that has nothing to do with anything. Um, Dude, I can't wait till I'm rich, bro. I know that sounds so stupid, but like, oh my god, there's so much I could be doing. There's so much I could be doing. I have so many dreams, man. So much I want to do, bro. I'm gonna be the architect of the future, bro. You just watch, man. You just watch, bro. I'll be the first. I'll be the first freaking good CEO, man. Actually, that's false. I think there's other good CEOs, but I couldn't name them. But I'm sure there are. I don't know, dude. There's so much I want to do, bro. So much I want to build, man. I just want to be the world freaking architect, dude. God, it's gonna be so awesome. I hope one day my followers will hear me and begin to trust me because, bro, I don't want to be doing this electrical thing anymore, man. I'm just I'm just not happy doing it. It's taken me a long time to admit that. A long fucking time. And it's only been in the past few weeks where I've realized, yeah, I'm just the electrical that I'm doing now, I'm not happy with it. I'm not happy with it. Not that I'm not happy with my personal work output, although that has been a drag lately because being a foreman means that I don't actually get to, just work mindlessly. I have to actually care what people are doing and care about the job progress and the timeline and all that. I loved when I was just a simple helper. I loved when people would just give me tasks and I could go turn my brain off and get it done in half the time as anybody else. Um, God, I was the best. I was the best apprentice, bro. I mean, I'm still an apprentice legally, but I lead jobs, so that's cool. Um, yeah, I'm actually just the best. No, it's okay. I'm mostly joking. I'm mostly joking. I know I'm not actually the best, but I'd like to try to achieve that. Yes, I'd like to try and achieve being the best. Not out of ego, but just out of my personal standard. If I'm not doing my best, then I'm just not happy. So, I don't know, man. some people might be worried that, oh, money changes people. A lot of people say that money changes people. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. It's an amplifier. If you're a piece of shit at heart and you get rich, you're just going to use it to be an even bigger piece of shit. If you're really charismatic and you genuinely care about people and you get a lot of money, you're going to be able to do a lot more stuff for people. I'm not the most charismatic person, but I'm also not a piece of shit at heart. I might act like one. I might act like a dickhead, but I swear, man, I'm not like that in my personal life, in my own head. Like, I genuinely do get upset when people get upset at me. Like for instance, if I make a joke and I'm thinking, oh, it's a harmless little joke, and then they look at me and I'm like, oh fuck, like they're genuinely upset by that joke, I actually get destroyed. Like, I genuinely feel so bad. Like, if I say something, like if I miss a lot of times, dude, I'll misread the room. Oh my god, this has happened a few times. Like, I'll misread someone that I'm talking to, and I'll make a joke, and like they'll just give me that look, and I'm like, fuck. Oh no. And I feel so bad because it's like, I didn't mean anything by it, but it was just like the wrong place, wrong time. I misread them. It's like, dude, I feel so bad. Like, I can be pretty charismatic. I'm not the most charismatic person in the world, but I know that I do care about people. Generally. Generally, I care about people. I don't like seeing people get hurt. Like, that's just the honest, unvarnished truth. I don't like seeing people get hurt. I don't like seeing people getting um used. I mean, I see it in my day-to-day life. Working in the field, you see companies just absolutely taking advantage of their field guys. It sucks, but it's just the reality. And so that's things I see, and I want to fix those things. I want to give people the opportunity to work on their dreams. And as much as I spent a million years talking about finances, it really is just the most important part. If people can't grow and make what they need to make, like, dude, I'm fucking serious, bro. If someone in my future company solves a problem that literally saves millions a year, and they choose the option of like, oh, I just want the 5% of it monthly, like, oh my god, dude, I'd fucking, dude. I'm the kind of person, and I want y'all to know this. I had to like bring myself down from that number. When I was initially planning the compensation reward for someone who fixes a problem like that, I literally almost said 50%. On God. Like, when I was making this plan for how I was gonna like pay bounties and stuff, like, I genuinely was like, okay, someone's gonna fix a problem that's gonna save the company $1 million a year. I'm gonna give them 50%. I'm gonna give them 50%. And then I had to stop myself and go, whoa, whoa. You're going to cripple your company if you do that. Like, because my first thought was, I need to make sure that I compensate my people. And it's funny. I did the same thing when I was getting my editor. Um, I was talking with Miss Mellon. Miss Mellon knows my editor. They're friends, and that's how like Miss Mellon got me my editor. Anyways, when I was talking about it with Miss Mellon, I was like throwing numbers out there. I was throwing out ridiculous numbers. Initially, I was like, oh, I'm not gonna be able to afford an editor because I'm over here thinking, dude, I gotta pay them like at least 2,000 a month. Like, bro, I don't have that kind of money, right? And so, dude, I was really fucking worried. I was like, dude, I only have like $200 a week to spare, and I was really worried that just I wasn't gonna be able to keep my editor around. I was thinking, dude, like, and I'm still the same way. Like, I'm literally I still like the same way. If my editor's watching this, hello, um, but I'm gonna give you a little insight into the number of what I pay you. Um, like I still worry about it. Like I still worry every single time I give you like a little request. I'm like, dude, I really hope I'm not like, doing too much. I really hope I'm not asking too much. I've already said the number on stream for those of you watching, but like I have allocated up to I think around $1,000 a month to pay my editor just for clips. And I don't mean to say that as if like that's not important. Like, bro, clips are extremely important. I'm willing to pay that premium. But it was like I still worry. Like I'm paying 250 a week, and I still worry. I'm like, dude, like every single time I make a little tweak or a little request, I'm like genuinely worried. I'm like, bro, I'm gonna scare off my editor. I'm gonna lose my editor because I'm gonna ask too much, and then they're gonna like get scared off. Like I'm genuinely worried about that. Even though, and I tried to ask like for other opinions. I'm like, okay, dude, like how much is 250 really? Like, is that good? Some people were saying like, bro, that's a fuck ton, and some people were saying, that's okay. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm so I could literally just go to my editor and ask them, but that's I don't know. Like, I'm so weird that way. It's like I don't know. I get so scared to even make tiny requests, and I need to get myself out of that mindset because it's like I know I'm literally paying them. Like, it's not like an official payroll, but they're technically on my payroll, so it's like I should have the confidence to specify what I want and what I'm paying for, but I just don't because I'm like I don't know. I just have this weird fucking mindset, dude. It's like I'm literally paying this person to be my editor. So like I should I should be specifying what I'm paying for. And I try and I did specify it pretty clearly, and I do over time I'll add like little things here and there. But every single time I make a tweak, every single time I have a request, I'm just like, fuck, God, am I doing too much? You know? I'm always scared that I'm gonna overwork my editor and like scare them off. Because if I lose this editor, like if I genuinely like do scare them off in some way, I don't know. Again, they're probably watching this. Hello. But it's like if I were to lose this editor, I genuinely have no idea who would be able to pick up the torch. I think I'd just be dead in the water, like because I don't have the time nor the knowledge or the experience to edit videos like that. There's a reason I pay so much because I genuinely hate editing tiny videos, and so I am glad to pay the premium for it. But yeah, dude, it's like I genuinely I don't know if what I'm paying is good or not. Some people have said it's okay. Like when I asked them, like, hey, would you know 250 a week for you know sifting through a few VODs and a minimum of or not a minimum, but like a maximum of 10 clips a week. Technically, the minimum is 7 because I need at least one a day. So there is technically a minimum that I never really specified. But that was when I'm not. Anyways, I'm not getting into all that. The point is, it's like a minimum 7, maximum of 10, because I can't afford more than 10 because of the way I have it split up. I have like 100 just for like the baseline of the time it takes to uh sift through and edit, and then it's 15 for each clip, and so I have a maximum because I can't go over 250. All this bullshit, right? Like I've had some people that I talk to go, that's okay. Granted, they're older and they're in my trade, so the people like me, I like what I if so my mindset is if I'm gonna pay someone, it needs to balance between two factors: how much I'm willing to pay to have someone do that for me, and how much I'd want to be paid in that position. I have to balance those two. Because if I choose either one, like if I were to just choose how much am I willing to pay? Well, I'm willing to pay probably a lot, but I'm also willing to pay very little, right? So then I have to balance it with, okay, how much would I want to be paid in that situation? Well, if I was in that situation, I'd want to be paid a fuck ton. So it's like I have to balance those two. So it's like, okay, if I was in that position, I'd want this much, but I'm willing to pay, this much. So then I'll like equalize it. And so it's like, okay, I feel like that's a good number, but I don't know. I have no idea. I could probably just ask my editor, like, hey, how do you feel about the pay? And I probably should, so that I can like ease my mind. But it's like, I don't know. I'm so weird about that. I don't know, man. Anyways, hello, editor, if you're watching. Please don't be scared off when I request things, please. Anyways, what else? What else? What else? What else? I don't really know where I was going with that. I feel like I had a main thought that brought me to the editor thing that I was going to go off to a different topic. I don't know. Interesting. An hour and 30 minutes of ranting. Very cool. Very cool. This is what it's all about, man. Talking to yourself, reflecting with yourself in a dark room all by yourself late at night. I'm in front of a camera, but technically, I'm entirely alone. Physically. Physically, of course. So weird how content works. That camera is a window to potentially millions of people. But right now I have 0. Right now it's a window to 0 people. And so technically, I could talk about anything to myself. Maybe I should just treat this as though I am completely alone and just use it as reflection time. That's literally what I've been doing though, so I guess, nah, it's whatever, I'm already doing that. Just kind of reflecting out loud to an audience of none. Good thing is, though, I'm starting to get to the point where I'm not really affected by the no number. I have it hidden. I can't even see it. Like, even if I go over to my page, I have it blocked out. Even though I just looked at it now because I clicked on it. It's exactly what I expected. Clips are interesting. They're so vital, but it takes so fucking long for the algorithm to start pushing your stuff consistently. There's so many hidden ghost rules. Because I have 2 clips that I posted back to back on YouTube that got nothing. It got shadow banned. And one of them, I can't even think of a single thing. Like, why? Why did that get shadow banned? Like, why did that clip get held? I don't understand. It's got like 4 views. And I'm like, and those 4 views are probably followers or whatever. And it was 2 back-to-back clips. One of them I can kind of understand because it was the funny baby game toy thing. If you know, you know. That I understand maybe if like it caught that visual flag. But the one before it, or maybe it was after, whichever. I think it was the one before it. One before it, I watched it. I was like, dude, what did it flag? Like I'm watching this clip, I didn't say anything weird. Like nobody said anything weird. I didn't do anything weird. Nothing was happening. Like it was just a conversation, whatever. And I'm like, why did this get flagged in Shadowban? And what I fucking hate about these clips is it doesn't tell you. It literally doesn't notify you, it doesn't tell you, it does not do anything. If you did something wrong, if the AI fucking algorithm found a little tiny fucking thing wrong with your clip, it won't say a goddamn thing. It'll just not post it. It'll say, "Oh yeah, it's public. Oh yeah, your clip's public. Oh yeah, there's no restrictions. Oh no, your clip is perfectly fine." Like, okay, well, I know it's not because it's had 0 views after 48 hours. Like, you're just lying. You're just straight up lying. I don't know, dude. It's like, why did you flag this one particular? Like, one of them, okay, I get it. There was a funny little toy in there that might have been flagged visually. That's fine. Okay, I get that. That I can at least understand. I think it's stupid, but at least I understand it. But the other one, what could have possibly happened? What could have possibly happened in that clip that the AI didn't like? And that's what I fucking hate about the algorithms. They don't tell you anything. You're just like throwing shit at the wall and seeing what sticks. Like, oh, that one stuck. Okay, throw. Nope, that one. Nope, that one. Nope, that one missed. Oh, that one kind of stuck. But it's like there's no rhyme or reason to it. I'm clapping. Wow, Jesus. I'm clipping things. I'm posting clips and I'm tracking them. I'm tracking all my clips. And I'm doing that because I want to go through, see which ones are doing well, see what I did in those clips, and so on and so forth. Go from there and like slowly improve and tweak it over time. Dude, what I'm learning is that it doesn't fucking matter what the clip is. Like, yes, your hook matters. You got to capture someone's attention right off the bat. But even then, bro, even then, I've noticed, even me personally, when I'm scrolling, it could be like a super, attentive hook, but I'm like, I don't know this person, so I'm just going to scroll anyway. It's that mindset where it's like, if you're not already popular, no one fucking cares. No one cares. And I said this in a previous stream a long time ago. I said, nobody's going to care what I say until a bunch of people are scrolling in chat. Like a bunch of people are going by in chat. Literally, if I took exactly what I'm saying and I like overlaid a really fast, chat with like funny, replies to what I'm saying, like, whatever. And I posted that, that would probably do infinitely better than any of my clips. If I just like faked it, if I just I'm not going to do this, but if I just completely faked it, I faked my chat, I faked everything, and I said exactly what I'm saying now, the clip would do infinitely better. People would actually watch. Oh my God, wait. People are like, it's just this weird subconscious thing where nobody listens to you unless you're already popular. And that's why digging out of the fucking hole of small content creator is so stupidly hard. You have to get the most dedicated, the first people that ever follow you, the first people that ever are regulars in your chat. Those first people are the most real ones of them all. Even if they disappear down the line, you know, you just have to remember, like, those people are different than the mass. Everybody that's going to be in your chat in the future, they're only there because other people are there. Like, that's it. They're not there because they, like, there's this weird, like, little switch that goes off in people's head. They see that other people are interacting with you, so then automatically, like, oh, okay, this guy's cool. Even though if they listen to the exact same thing, so, like, okay, take someone like Joe Bart, for example. Love the guy. He's awesome. He's cool. There are so many people in that chat, probably a vast majority of them, who, if you had put him, if you just took, like, if you took me and Joe Bart and you switched our places with nothing else changing, you switched our places, maybe like half of his people who are actually genuinely there for him because they genuinely like him in his personality and everything, they'd migrate back over here. The other half, like, if you switched our places, our circumstance, like, the other half of them, oh, he's not popular, whatever. Who's that guy? Who's that guy? Fuck that dude. Like, I feel like half the people in your chat are just there because, oh, other people are there. Like, oh, other people like them. So I gotta fit in. Like, I'm gonna like this person simply because other people like them. I'm gonna watch this guy simply because 15,000 other people are watching them. And it's a human, I feel like it's a human effect, like, just like what we do. That's a human nature type thing. That it's very beneficial whenever you finally get up there, because the more people you have watching, the more people want to come and see what's going on. The more people want to stick around because other people are there. It's this community thing, and it's very, very helpful whenever you finally break out. But when you're like me, dude, no one's here, no one's in chat, no one's fucking doing anything. And so anybody that comes into this stream, they're going to come in here, see a non-moving chat, and just leave. They don't give a single shit about the words coming out of my mouth. They're going to pop in here, see that chat ain't moving, and fucking leave. Oh, nobody's talking to this guy, nobody's listening, so he must not have anything good to say. Oh, nobody's listening to him, or nobody's interacting with him. He must not be that cool or that important. Swipe away. Oh, nobody's watching him, so he must be a completely uninteresting person. Okay, swipe away. People people only stay here if there's any. I've said this so many fucking times in other rant streams. Chat is literally half the entertainment. Just seeing the words go by on the screen is half the entertainment. If you don't have a chat, you lose half your entertainment value. I mean, if you never had a chat, you just simply don't have a potential of double your entertainment value, if that makes sense. Because, like, as I am right now, I have a certain level of entertainment value to me. If I had a good flowing chat, my value would be doubled. But I don't. And so, simply because of that, less people are even going to stick around. Because nobody else is here. Why would I watch this guy if nobody else is here? Why would I listen to the guy if nobody else is interacting with him? Why would I be the first? Like, okay. Same thing with clips. People don't want to be the first person to like. Oh, dude, this clip has zero. This clip has 0 likes. It must not be good. Instant swipe. Dude, what? You realize that there's a point where people have to, you gotta post the clip first. You've gotta get some likes going before. But no, people, it's like you be scrolling a clip. Oh, this one has 0 likes. It must be horrible. It must be like AI or something. Scroll. Like I know people scroll like that. I know people will scroll, not even look at the actual like content. They'll instantly look at the like button, see how many likes are there, and if it's too low, they'll scroll. Like I know there's people like that. There's probably a surprising amount of people like that. They literally don't even care about the content itself. They only care if other people like it, if other people are interacting with it. If there's comments, if there's likes, if there's reposts, like if there's interaction with it, then they like it. And it's like, dude, what? I don't know. And this is why I think that your first followers are literally the most this is not entirely true because like you're gonna get good people later down the line too, but it's like your first followers are probably like the most human, like the most reasonable. Like they can look at a small streamer and go, okay, this guy, he doesn't have anybody talking to him, but he's saying something. This guy's got dreams. He's actually got a fucking personality. He actually wants to do shit. You know, he wants to genuinely make a change. People don't understand him now. People don't really care for him now. But you put him in the position that he wants to be in, and this guy's gonna do fucking wonders for the world. And then everybody's gonna start telling him it was all luck. Oh, dude, this guy's all luck. He got here all luck. Bro, watch my fucking old clips, dude. Watch my old VODs, man. I think it was like my third stream back. Fucking 20 weeks ago when I started. I told everybody, dude, I'm gonna be at the top. I'm gonna make it. I don't even care. It's gonna be slow. I'm gonna have my ups and downs. I'm gonna have days where I don't stream and it's fucked, whatever. But I'm gonna fucking make it. I already have a plan in place. I already have everything. I'm tracking everything. I'm doing everything I can. I'm gonna make it, dude. It might take some time, but I'm going to. And I already told you, whenever I finally reach the top, dude, there's gonna be people claiming, oh, he just got lucky. Oh, this guy got lucky. Man, fuck you. Fuck you. Dedicate hundreds, thousands of hours to this. Now, I haven't gotten to the thousands of hours part, but I will eventually. I will eventually. I'll have dedicated thousands of hours by then. Thousands of hours, many late nights, many rants just like this. I'm building it from the ground up. I'm building a literal fucking content empire, bro. I've brought my buddies in to to help out. Because I knew I couldn't do it alone. I mean, I could probably do it alone, but it would just be a lot more miserable. It would just be a lot less fun. I think it's way more fun to have people to do it with. Having Zimoku and Fax on the team is very nice. Um, people. They're very interesting. They don't care about what you have to say until other people do. Like they have to see that other people have given a shit about you before they can even give you a chance. It's like, dude, like hear people out, man. Just hear what people have to say. You don't have to like it, dude. Just hear them out for a second, dude. Give them like a minute of your time. Let them give you a briefing of who they are, man. Like, hey, man, like, hi, I'm Blue Melon, and I don't even know what would I even say in a minute. Like, if I had 1 minute to tell people who I am as a person, I'd have to like think about some philosophical answer because that's a really complicated question. Like it might not seem like it, but asking who I am and to answer in 1 minute. Holy shit. What a complicated. I'd have to leave so much out. I'm not saying I'm like a super complex guy, but dude, like, I don't know. How would I even summarize myself? I know how to summarize myself. I already have a freaking quote. I don't remember what it says. Maybe it's cringe. If it's cringe, then I won't say it, but let me see if I can find it. Um, yeah, it's cool. I'm not gonna share it though. That's kind of a personal thing. I call it my engine. It's just like a little motivational quote from myself to myself. Kind of telling who I am and what I want to do to remind myself. Um, it's just basic stuff, you know. Yeah, it gasses me up, but it also tells, what it is that I'm wrestling with. The main thing was it was basically I'm just telling myself that my potential is endless, but I wrestle with the gravitational pull of my own ambition. There's a big gap. There's a massive gap between where I'm at today and where I want to be, and sometimes it's a little overwhelming. Sometimes it's just a little much to try and process it all. The amount of shit that I want to do, the amount of shit I want to build. Oh my god. It's okay though. Nobody cares right now, dude. They're only gonna care whenever I make it, and then they're gonna ask for handouts. I already know. I'm gonna have so many people coming out the woodworks, man. Well, you said you were gonna help people, right? You can help me out. And fuck you, bro. That's another thing, dude. I think I was talking about this earlier where people say that money changes you. No, it doesn't. It amplifies who you are. And a lot of people say how whenever you get rich, you turn on your day ones. Oh man, a lot of people will turn on their day one. Oh dude, they got big and then they just ghosted everyone. I don't know if I necessarily believe that because it's a two-way street. A relationship is a two-way street, whether you're friends, family, or an actual partner. You know, all relationships are two-way streets of communication. And I don't think it's the person that got rich that turned on their day ones. I think those people who got rich analyzed the the dynamic between them and their supposed day ones, realized that they would be a parasitic fucking drag, that those people would just demand things from them, and they realized they're not someone that should be around me. I always claimed it was actually the day ones themselves that turned on the person who got rich, thinking they're entitled to some stake or some claim in that. But I guess it also depends on how you define your day ones. Are you defining your day ones by the people that were there and actually like helped you achieve it? Okay, then I can agree. Right. Okay, maybe that rich person was just a dick. They're just a shit piece of shit. And that's what I was saying. Money doesn't change people, it just amplifies who you are. So if you're a piece of shit and you get rich, you're gonna be a piece of shit. An even bigger one. But if you're just like an average Joe, uh, you're a normal guy or maybe a really nice person and you get rich, you're going to be the same person. But even those nice people, their day ones come up, and we're talking day ones is just like, oh, you've known them forever. I'm not saying like someone who's, invested a lot. If you've invested a lot into this person who got rich, your day ones are going to, the person who got rich is going to honor that if they're a good person. But they can be a good person and get rich and still drop you because maybe you're a dick, you know? Maybe you didn't actually do anything to help them get where they're at, but just because you've known them forever, you go up to them thinking you're going to get some kind of handout. Like, no. No, that's not how this works. Um, put in some work, prove to me that, you deserve a cut, and maybe we'll think about it. But, like, dude, you can't just, oh, I've known you forever, man. I've known you forever. Get out of my face, dude. What are you talking about? Hell no. I don't know. I'm gonna have to deal with that. I can promise you I ain't gonna change. The money ain't gonna change me, bro. It's just gonna allow me to do what I've already planned I'm gonna do. Think about that. Think about that. I have literally already planned and told everybody everything that I'm gonna do. From the fucking ground up. I've literally already planned out everything I'm going to do. I have said exactly what I'm going to do. I haven't told you guys everything that I'm going to do, but there are people in my life that know every single plan that I have. And the only thing the money's going to do is just facilitate that. And so, by golly, I will not be changing. I will simply be manifesting my dreams, manifesting my destiny. Pure American dream. That's right, man. So if I have day ones coming up to me talking about some, hey, man, get out of my face, bro. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? I have a call list, bro. I'll hire you later, man. Just give me some time, bro. I gotta sort out my shit. God, dude. And the people, bro, it's like the second you get money, they're, oh, where's my cut? Like, brother, let me get established, man. God, bro. If all you care about is the money, bro, get out of my face. You're not someone I want to work with. Let me make that clear, dude. If all you care about is the money itself, bro, get out of my face. That's not what my empire is for. My empire is for absolute, just complete passion and quality of work. It's not going to be the most profitable at all. Not even a little bit. It'll be closer to breaking even than anything else. But as long as I can build what I want to build and empower other people to build what they want to build and have an entire corporation of architects working together to build a better future, then fuck it, bro. I don't need that much profit. It's never about profit. It's about product. Product over profit. That's there you go. That's a very simple motto. It won't be my main motto, but that's a very simple way of putting it. Product over profit. Now, obviously, you'll need money to facilitate that, so it's like you have to do the balancing game like everybody else, but you can slide the scale. It's not just a all in, all out. It's not just an all profit or all product. No, dude, like there's a sliding scale. You got to find the balance. Um, dude, I love talking to myself, bro. You know what I'm gonna do? Fuck you guys, bro. None of you are fucking watching anyway. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna use these fucking streams as like a personal life log, man. Like I'm gonna come on here, hit record, and I'm gonna treat this as something that I can watch back in the future and see where I've come from. You know what I mean? Like to remind myself of where I started. Whenever I finally make it, I can look back at this stream and see how I was feeling. Dude, I'm not happy with my job. I'm not happy where I'm at. This life, well, not this life, but like, this position fucking sucks. Not in any physical sense, like in terms of, um, circumstance. Like, I have a nice place to live. I got really nice setup here. I have the ability to stream on this setup. I'm not poor. I have food, I have shelter and family, and like I have all these things. I'm not saying that my circumstance is bad. I know a lot of people have it so much worse. But as I said in the very beginning of this stream, happiness doesn't give a fuck about how much you have or how much you don't. You could have absolutely nothing and be the happiest man in the world. Or you could have it all and be the most miserable. Happiness doesn't care. Satisfaction doesn't care. Okay? Let that be clear. So all of you, you can hate on me. Oh my god, look at this guy complaining. He literally has nothing to complain about. Oh my god, he has so much. It doesn't matter. Shut up. It literally doesn't matter. Happiness does not care. Happiness does not care about circumstance. I'll say it again. You could be someone who has nothing, absolutely nothing but the clothes on their back, and they could be the happiest person in the world. Or you could be the richest man on the planet and be the most miserable fuck ever. Which is more often than not how it works. But it's because they chased the money and not the dream. I feel like that's where most of them went wrong. They got super rich because they wanted the money, because they thought the money would fix their problems. But it wasn't the money. It was a lack of purpose. I think that's really kind of the main thing. And that's why I always say I don't care about the money. It's the money that's going to facilitate what I actually want to do. I'm not chasing the money. I don't care if I have $0 in my bank account, as long as I can allocate all of the funds to the projects that I want to build, to the improvements that I want to make on society, then I'll be happy. I'll be happy. If I can get my Supra in my nice house and give everybody a chance to do the same, I'll be happy, dude. Whenever I pass, I'm not gonna be the people to fucking hoard money until I die, dude. That money's gonna be going somewhere, whether it's to my future kids, my family, my closest friends. I don't know, dude. Like the money's gonna go somewhere. It's gonna go somewhere. It's not gonna stay with me. I'm not gonna die with my money. I don't need money in the grave, bro. I think that mindset's fucking stupid. Yeah, I'm looking at you, Drake. I know that song. I literally heard it the other day. Put my money in the grave. Like, oh, Mike, shut up. You don't need it there, man. I know there was meaning behind that. I know he's trying to say something else, but I still think it's fucking stupid. I still think it's fucking stupid. I think he was trying to say something else, but the point is that I think that phrase is fucking stupid. Oh, put my money in the grave. Man, shut up. What are you gonna do with it? Nothing. You're dead. Shut up. Give it to someone who can actually use it and do some good with it. Fucking Jesus, man. I don't know. What was I even saying, bro? I don't know. Oh, yeah, that's right. Fuck you guys. Because none of you are watching right now. None of you care because I'm a nobody, right? I'm a nobody. That's fine. That's fine. I'm a nobody now. In the future, you all will be talking shit. Whatever. I was lucky. Don't give a shit. Not all of you. Some of you will actually know about these older clips of me and will be like, wow, damn, he really did fucking go for it. Really cool. Awesome guy. Anyways, moving on. Never watching you again. No, these are going to be my own logs, dude. Like, these are going to be my fucking update logs. Obviously, I'll play games too. I'm not going to stop doing that, but for these kind of streams, no, these are just my update logs, bro. This is shit that I put on the fucking Mind of Melon channel. I've talked about that once. I don't have any posts on. I don't have any posts on really anything on YouTube except for clips and VODs, but yeah, I'm gonna have a Mind of Melon channel that's gonna keep track of, you know, my progress and philosophy and um my works and all that. But that's what I'm gonna do, man. I'm gonna keep these in my personal logs and fuck y'all, cause I know no one's here. I'm gonna check right now, bro. Watch. Oh shit, there's two people. Fuck. Yo, who's that other guy? Yo, who's that other guy watching right now? Do you actually care? Or are you just passing through? It doesn't matter. I'm complaining now. I'm sorry. No, I'm not. I'm getting delirious now. I'm tired. Tired. I've already said that a million times. I'm freaking tired. I didn't even want to stream today, but I did because I just needed to hit the button. I hit the button and it turned out okay. You know what? It turned out okay. I've been streaming for 2 hours, ranting. It turned out okay. And so that means going forward, whenever I skip a scheduled stream, I need y'all to at me and yell at me and tell me, bro, just hit the button, dude. That's all you gotta do. Just hit the button. Well, anyways, that was a good rant stream. I guess there's no Mecha Chameleon tonight since nobody got on and it's 12:30 in the morning. And I'm not staying up for another 2 hours to play that game. That sucks. But for those of you who did kind of listen, very cool. Yo, how much you gonna bet the melon curse is gonna activate right now, and I'm gonna get like a bunch of viewers because I'm quitting. Or not quitting. Wow, dude, I'm not quitting. Jesus Christ. Just ending stream. Fuck. Um, but yeah, dude. Good little rant there. Awesome. I feel like there's something else I want to say. I don't know. Well, I hope to see y'all when I make it. I hope to see y'all at the finish line. Um, I'd love to do all that I hope to do. I'm not going to fail. I will be miserable and depressed for my entire life until I succeed. Because I know exactly what I want out of life now. I've thought about it long enough. I'm only 22 and I've figured it out. Some older folk are going to be like, that's funny, dude. You're going to change your mind like halfway through. And that might be true. I'm open to it. But if there's anything that I know, that my ideas have never been completely overwritten, only changed over time. I remember 4 years ago, I had a similar idea in terms of a corporate empire. I wanted to do it all. But I looked at it from the wrong way. It was before I really knew how anything worked. And now I've actually brought that idea back, but this time I actually have a plan. I'm going to start small, man. Work my way up the ladder. Well, not even the ladder, but just vertically integrate. Vertical integration, the term that you'll become very familiar with as I grow. I'm going to start with the content empire, make my energy drink, make some merch. And then I'm going to go into, honestly, bro, what do I want to do first, bro? What industry do I want to do first? Do I want to do cars first? That would be really cool. Because I could do clothing first, but the problem is it's a luxury clothing. Like, it's luxury clothing. Not everybody can benefit from that. So as cool as it would be and as nice as I'd like to do that, I think I'd have to pass up on that. I really do think the first two things I'm going to have to do is either automotive manufacturing, whatever, my own car company, or my own housing, construction, bullshit, like real estate stuff. Probably real estate. What I think I might do, if I go into real estate, I'm not going to build anything first, but I'm going to find a way to like buy and renovate existing apartments to maybe try and cut down on some cost. Although renovations, like, you'd be surprised, renovations can cost just as much as the actual building itself. Like, the actual main original construction of it. Like, renovations can be ridiculous. So I have to be careful about that. But I'm thinking maybe I'll just like buy out old apartments, renovate them to my, well, not to like full standard because obviously I'd have to just build it from the ground up to do that. But you know, I'd try to upgrade the interior, the amenities to my standard. Obviously, the building itself is still gonna be, you know, not quite there, but whatever. I think if I went into real estate, that's something I would do. Is start with just like buying and renovating, like flipping almost. Except I wouldn't sell it, obviously. I'd buy like old apartment complexes and rent them out for a lot cheaper. A lot cheaper. Holy fuck. Dude, $2,400 for a fucking 2 bedroom. Are you kidding me? Get the fuck out of here. That should be like 1,200 max, bro. Are you kidding me? 1,200 max for a 2 bedroom? Get the fuck out of here, dude. What the fuck is this housing market, bro? Dude, if you're paying any more than 1,200 for a fucking 2 bedroom apartment, get the fuck out of here, dude. Dude, I'd say like 1,200 for a fucking 2 bedroom house. But then now you're in an apartment and you're having to share walls with noisy, stupid ass neighbors. Maybe even live underneath one. Man, fuck that, bro. I'm talking like maybe 900. Like 900 or 1,000 to rent. Like you get a $200 discount just because you have to deal with bullshit around you. Fuck, man. That's shit I want to do. If I got into that, that's something I would do. But it would either be that or cars. I might get into cars first. I don't know. It depends on what I'm most passionate about and what I have money for. Um, but yeah, I'd have my content empire, sustaining some basic stuff. And of course, like I said, my energy drinks, some merch, that would bring in some good revenue, fund stuff. And I would use that revenue to get into new industries and just keep growing, man. Vertical integration. My favorite term now. Just kidding. I don't know. Um, but yeah, dude, you gotta treat it like a video game, man. Treat it like a video game, bro. You use the money you made to buy more stuff that makes you more money. And you use that to make more and bigger and better projects. As I said, the end goal is not the money, the end goal is the product. Product over profit. That's my freaking motto, dude. If I have like billions of dollars in my pocket, bro, I'm gonna be mad. Like I gotta get rid of that shit. I don't want that in my pocket. Like actually on God, bro. Like I don't want money in my pocket. That shit needs to be going somewhere. It needs to be going somewhere, bro. It needs to be going to projects. It needs to be going to the empire, bro. Invest it. Not into the stock market. Fuck the stock market. Holy shit. Literally just gambling. Like it's actually just gambling, but it's rigged. Rigged well, it's even more rigged. Like I know all gambling is rigged, but it's like, dude, it's like oh my god, when it comes to the stock market, like literally the people that are rich are just they just control it. It's fine, bro. It's whatever. All speculation too. If you actually want to invest into a company genuinely, like you can't just you can't do it on the stock market. Like that's all speculation and bullshit, man. You gotta like go to an actual I forget what they're called, but you gotta go like some actual service in order to, you know, buy real fucking I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about, bro. It's been a while since I've gotten into investing and shit. I'm just going on delirious rants now. I don't know, bro. The point is, dude, yo, please tell your friends, bro. Help me. Help me build this empire, dude. Be a part of it. You know, let's all work together to save the young generations from the fucking collapse of society. Holy shit, man. Let's work together, guys. Come on. Help me out. Help me help you. That's a common saying, right? Help me help you. There you go. I'm gonna go sleep because I'm absolutely fucking ridiculously tired. This week has sucked, man. This week is absolutely fucking sucked, but it's okay. It could be worse. It could be so much worse. I think honestly the part that sucked the most is that I missed 2 streams. And I'm just beating myself up over it. I also missed a day to post a clip, which was really sad. I don't know. Also to the guy that followed me 4 days ago on the day that I was supposed to stream, thank you. Thank you, I see you. I recognize, I mean, I don't recognize your I've never seen it before, but like, you know, I see you. You know what I mean? I see you. I see you. I see all my followers. Looks like, oh, their account's pretty old too. Very nice. But anyways, yes, I've been here the whole time, bro. Just been listening to. Nice. He's been listening to the Void. He's been listening to the Void. Very nice. Um. Yeah. Yeah, I figured. Yes, Zumoku, OG, the lad, man. Zumoku's a lad. I just added the word to my comment. Oh. Oh, I see. I see. Very nice. Very nice. Very nice. All right. Well, anyways, I'm kind of running out of things to talk to unless you want to talk about something. Unless you have a topic you wanna yap about. 'Cause I'm pretty much done. Honestly, don't know. You know, you've got to do. I don't know. I don't watch. I know I'm a bad lad, but I don't really watch other people's streams too often. I'm usually like completely either occupied by something or just distracted. But you should do. I mean, not streams exactly like this, because obviously I'm more of a. Been playing the game with the boys since I figured we weren't playing it. Yes, yes, yes. Um, anyways, usually streams like this too, Zumoku, where you just kind of sit down and tell people who you are, you know? It's good for personality rep, you know? Let the people know what your goals are in life. They can get to know you. I think you do. You already do, but I don't know. Just figured I'd throw it out there. Hmm. Also, yeah, dude, just chatting streams. They're good, man. They're good for personality streaming. Like it you know, it helps build you up as a personality, you know. You don't want to be tied to whatever game you're playing, you know. Like you want people to watch you for you and not just the game. Like that's very important. Also, was it a fair take to say that we're probably going to be taking a pretty extensive break from the Minecraft server? Because I kind of said that earlier. I didn't really get your input on it, but I figured, yeah. Yeah. Minecraft is done. Okay. All right. Yeah, there you heard it here, folks. We're just gonna chill. We're just gonna chill. We're probably not gonna fuck with Minecraft for a while. I think that's a good call because I was, to be completely fair, y'all probably saw it when y'all were watching me play that. You're not gonna stream it anymore. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I didn't even want to get back into Minecraft on streaming. I think if I were to play Minecraft on stream, I'd have to have like an objective, man. Like I was thinking today, dude, I could like design my my house in Minecraft on stream, like what I was talking about so people can see it. I think that would be cool. Like build my castle mansion on Minecraft. Server's getting shut down. Oh, jeepers. Oh, jeepers. That's okay. I didn't have anything on that server. Just don't delete the world, man. Evangeline needs to survive. Miss Mellon would be very sad. Make sure the piggy is well kept. Oh man. Dude, that's honestly like that's why I don't like getting pets in Minecraft, bro, cuz it's like, dude, there's going to be a day where the server just disappears, man. It's like, fuck, dude. Miss Mellon's going to be devastated. I got to make sure that the piggy survives. I don't know, bro. Yeah, dude, when it comes to Minecraft, bro, I don't know. I used to play it religiously, man, but now it's like I don't know. I just can't. I cannot get behind it. I cannot get behind it anymore. I don't know. I'll think about maybe I could design my future house on Minecraft. That'll be cool. That'll be fun to do. It would not be interesting to watch, but you know, I could do that. Ooh. I don't know, dude. Okay, I'm gonna go sleep though, cause wow. Um, good talk sesh though. Very nice. To those who were listening. And to anybody who's watching it on the VODs channel, or if it gets turned, it's not gonna get turned into a video, but whatever. Yeah. So thank you all for tuning in, and tomorrow's Saturday, which means it is Siege Saturday, the day we all await. We all get to rage and hate ourselves while playing the most difficult for one of the most difficult games. Yippee, yippee. Very, very nice. Very nice. So I will see y'all tomorrow night for that. But in the meantime, do all that fun jazz. Anybody lurking who's not, you know the drill. Well, actually, you wouldn't know because it's the first time you're. Anyways, join that. Join that if you're a lurker or not in this server. Very, very cool. Very cool if you do that. Help build the empire, as I say. But oh wow, wow, man. Anyways, yeah, cool. Yep, yep. Empire, help build it. Join it. Be a part of something big. Be a part of the new age. You know what I mean? Anyways, bye bye. I'll give you an outro mog. Here we go.